Today on Public Eye News, the 15-year-old charged in the Oxford, Michigan high school shooting has been denied bond, and Minnesota confirms an Omicron case.
Later, Brendan Ford will have your weather and Michael Cudahy will have your sports recap. Hi, I'm Andrew Hoover.
And I'm Ross Ray, and welcome to Public Eye News. Yesterday, the 15-year-old accused of killing 4 people and injuring 7 during the shooting at the Oxford High School on Tuesday was denied bond. Sophomore Ethan Crumbly faces 24 charges, including terrorism, murder, and attempted murder, with Crumbly being tried as an adult by the Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald. Prosecutor McDonald has also stated she was weighing charges against the suspect's parents, but she's not elaborated further. Crumbly's next court appearance is scheduled for December 15th. In Detroit, Michigan, on Friday, part of a seawall along the Detroit River collapsed, believed to be caused by a pile of aggregate material stored too close to said shoreline. Authorities with the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy say immediate action was taken to mitigate the damage, with water samples also being taken on Friday to determine if toxic substances or other material were pushed into the water. The owners of the dock, Detroit Bulk and Revere Dock, have yet to release a statement. And a Republican election official in the Detroit area has passed after being admitted to a hospital with COVID-19. 63-year-old William Hartman was a member of the Wayne County Board of Care Advisors, who was briefly burst into the spotlight nationally a year ago, with the panel causing controversy by initially refusing to certify the 2020 election results in favor of Joe Biden after it tied 2-2. Hartman and fellow GOP member Monica Palmer changed course that same night after a wave of harsh criticism. Hartman's death this week was reported by the Michigan Republican Party.
The NMU board has today made 2 major decisions in the search for a prospective new president. The board has approved a contract amendment for interim president Carrie Scholing, one that grants her a pay increase while she serves as university president, and that will return her pay level to its previous amount as soon as a new president is hired and she returns to her former role as provost. Scholing will be available as a consultant for the new president until the year 2023, when she is scheduled to take a 1-year sabbatical. The board also chose to utilize the services of Parker Executive Search in the hunt for a new executive. The search firm, based out of Atlanta, Georgia, is an executive search company with much of its clientele universities and hospitals, as well as many Fortune 500 companies and sports programs. As well as selecting the search firm, the board will begin assembling a panel of shareholders to be the selection committee, and the board hopes to have a new president in office by July 1st. Minnesota officials have identified a second case of the Omicron COVID-19 variant in the United States. A Hennepin County resident has tested positive for the new variant after traveling from New York City. The resident, an adult male, was vaccinated and tested positive after attending the Anime NYC 2021 convention at Javits Center. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said that, quote, "Minnesotans know what to do to keep each other safe. Get the vaccine, get tested, wear a mask indoors, and get a booster." Former Northern Michigan University President Fritz Erickson has been appointed the chair of the Great Lakes Sports Commission. Erickson has served on the board of the GLSC since it was established in 2019 and replaces Don Luciani as chair. Erickson was formerly the president of Northern Michigan University until his termination earlier this semester. And after this break, we will be right back with your national and international news, so stay tuned.
Coming up on Austin City Limits. Saturday night at 11.
Back. Authorities in Alabama are currently investigating a FedEx driver after it was found that they had been throwing out multiple truckloads of packages into a local ravine. The Blount County Sheriff's Office stated between 300 and 400 boxes of assorted sizes have been discovered in a wooded area on private property last Wednesday. The driver was found to have dumped at least 6 times, making FedEx a victim of 6 different theft of property cases. Yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in a case from Mississippi looking to overturn the nearly half-century-old Roe v. Wade decision and subsequent decisions, declaring that women have a constitutional right to terminate a pregnancy. Under Roe v. Wade, women have a constitutional right to an abortion in the first two trimesters of a pregnancy, when a fetus is unable to survive outside the womb until roughly around 22 to 24 weeks. Currently, Mississippi's law bans abortion after 15 weeks, with another law coming this year to ban abortion just after 6 weeks. The decision in the case is expected by the summer. And President Biden is set to visit the National Institute of Health this afternoon, where he will deliver remarks on his administration's plans to take on the Omicron variant. The development comes just a day after the strain was first detected in the U.S. Deborah Alfron reports from the White House.
With the Omicron variant now here, President Biden is pulling out all the stops to contain it.
We'll fight this variant with science and speed, not chaos and confusion.
Beginning next week, the Biden administration will require all international air travelers to get tested within 1 day of departure to the U.S. instead of 3. The administration will also extend mask mandates on public transportation through mid-March, launch family vaccination clinics, and require health insurers to cover 100% of the cost of at-home COVID tests.
150 million Americans have private insurance. Those insurance companies now must cover the cost of at-home testing. At the same time, we're going to have tens of millions of at-home tests available.
Part of the new White House strategy also includes a winter push to try and convince about 100 million eligible Americans to get booster shots through walk-in appointments at pharmacies nationwide.
Boosters provide the highest level of protection. If you don't have your booster shot, go get your booster shot today.
The person with the first confirmed case of the Omicron variant in the U.S., a traveler who recently returned to the country from South Africa, was vaccinated but was not yet eligible to get a booster shot. After first being identified in South Africa last week, the strain has now been detected in more than 25 countries. Deborah Alfron, CBS News, the White House.
The mayor of Quitano, Puerto Rico, has pled guilty to conspiracy to commit bribery this Thursday. Former Mayor Felix Delgado awarded 50 contracts totaling a value of $10 million to an asphalt company and has pled guilty to the conspiracy for bribery and receiving kickbacks. He is scheduled to be sentenced in March of next year and faces up to 5 years in prison. U.S. officials seized 5 luxury watches and $100,000 in cash as part of the case. A federal grand jury indicted the company owner on 3 counts of conspiracy to commit bribery and to receive kickbacks, and he faces 20 years in prison. And for more than 2 weeks, we've seen images coming from the volcano on Spain's La Palma Island. But it's also provided an opportunity for scientists to get up close and personal with this destructive force of nature. CBS's Ian Lee reports on what they're hoping to learn.
To study a volcano, scientists have to get dangerously close, all while keeping an eye out for falling lava bombs the size of watermelons as they try to nab the hot rock that's more than 1,300 degrees Fahrenheit.
And it's been an exciting experience. It's been mind-blowing, literally, to see many of these processes in action.
They're taking the big risk, hoping to see big rewards, with answers to important questions like, how do these volcanic eruptions form, develop, and if you live on Spain's Canary Islands, where it's already destroyed thousands of homes, when will it end?
We need to learn how we can protect the population, and this is where this eruption has become very useful. It teaches us some painful but important lessons.
For months, the volcano has schooled scientists, giving them opportunities to use their cutting-edge technology to observe it from the land, sea, air, and even outer space. But despite constant surveillance, we still really don't understand what's going on below the Earth's crust. We likely know more about the stars in the sky than what's happening under our feet, says this volcano expert. So scientists will continue to wear protective clothing and gas masks as they chase answers in the rivers of lava. Ian Lee, CBS News.
And after this short break, Brendan Ford will have your weather and Michael Cudahy your sports recap. Don't touch that dial.
Oh, play me some mountain music, everybody, like Grandma and Grandpa used to play.
With a trail of more than 40 #1 songs, dozens of music industry awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, Alabama still believes in the value of singing songs that make a difference.
Sunday night at 6 on WNMU-TV.
Hello and welcome back to Public Eye News. My name is Brendan Ford and I will have your weather update for today. Looking at the NMU campus behind me, we can see the snow has went away, but the clouds are still in the sky, so expect more. Let's go ahead and get into today's conditions in Marquette, Michigan. It is cloudy all over with a temperature of 32 degrees and winds heading out of the north-northwest at 17 miles per hour with a barometric pressure of 29.83 inches and rising. Looking into tonight, those clouds will be covering up that beautiful moon with a low of 25 degrees, winds heading out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour. And looking at tomorrow, you guessed it, some clouds in the sky with a high of 35 degrees, winds heading out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and look at our conditions all over the UP. If you look at this beautiful map behind me, clouds in every single city. Let's go ahead and start with the temperature over in Sault Ste. Marie. It will be 34 degrees. In Manistee, 35. Temperature raises a little bit once you get to Escanaba at 38 degrees. In Menominee, it raises even more at 42 degrees. Then let's go ahead and look at Iron Mountain. It will be 36 degrees. And in Ironwood, 32 degrees. Same temperature over in Houghton, 32 degrees. And here in beautiful Marquette, it is cloudy and 32 degrees. Let's go ahead and get into our future weather. All right, starting on Saturday, we will see a high of 28 degrees with a low of 24, and we will get to see that sun for just a little bit. It will be behind the clouds, though. And on Sunday, a high of 31 degrees, a low of 26, and you will be expecting some snow. On Monday, it will be a high of 29, and that low will be getting down to 9 degrees with some snow, so be sure to bundle up and stay safe outdoors. Let's go ahead and get into our sports update with Michael Cudahy.
Hi there, and well, I guess there won't be any baseball for a while, not just for the off-season, but potentially for part of spring training and part of the season. At 12:01 a.m. today, the MLB voted to lock out the MLB owners voted to lock the players out, preventing any trades or free agent acquisitions from taking place. Money is the main sticking point between the two sides, as players want to be compensated when they're young, or compensated more when they're younger, whereas owners want to prevent players from becoming free agents until 29 and a half years old. And turning our heads to college basketball, Michigan State men's basketball team got its 6th win of the season in a 73-64 win over Louisville. The 22nd ranked basketball team in the country won at home with junior forward Malik Hall coming off the bench to lead the team in scoring with 15 points. Senior forward Marcus Bingham Jr. dominated the boards last night, bringing in 12 rebounds, while junior guard Tyson Walker got everyone involved on offense with his 10 assists. And tonight on Thursday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys traveled to New Orleans to play the Saints. Dak Prescott is just shy of 3,000 passing yards on the season and has already thrown 22 touchdowns. The Saints look to get back to 500 football as the Cowboys look to strengthen their hold on the NFC East.
And in some more interesting news, in northern England, a snowstorm trapped 50 people in a remote pub with an Oasis cover band. The people were stuck in the Tan Hill Inn for 3 days, spending their time playing board games and eating roast dinners until they ran out of sausages. One person was removed by a mountain rescue crew due to a previous medical condition, and the 9-foot deep snow posed difficulties for said rescue crew. 3 days in a remote pub trapped by the snow, but with one saving grace, they're with an Oasis cover band.
Exactly.
That would be such just an interesting, fun experience to be trapped there with an Oasis cover band.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
I wish that was me, but unfortunately, that's going to be all the time for you today. My name is Andrew Hoover.
I'm Michael Cudahy.
And please remember, after all, you're my wonder wall. Take care, everybody.